Welcome to this video on embedding a video using HTML. Now, most of you will have been used to using Dreamweaver for most of the things that you've been doing with websites, but it is actually possible to learn how to edit with HTML, and in which case you don't actually need Dreamweaver at all. You could actually just do everything you need to do with Notepad. Now, I'm not suggesting that we should all learn HTML from start to finish, but this particular little piece of HTML should help you embed anything that the example will give you without too much trouble. First thing I'm going to show you is the fact that you can actually right-click on a web page. Now, in this case, what I've done is I've created a website called Embedding Video. I've got our normal assets and templates folders, as you'd expect, and I've created actually a web page from that template. I'm now actually going to right click on that, and I'm going to open with, and I'm actually going to select Notepad. So here's my web page open in Notepad. Now, if you've ever opened Dreamweaver, sometimes you've been presented with this kind of text alongside your normal blank screen. That's because sometimes Dreamweaver opens with the dual screen showing. This is basically what our web page is made up of, and over on the left hand side here you'll see AP divs, which obviously we will have a number of because we've created that web page in exactly the same way as we've been getting you to do so. The only difference here is that what you're seeing there for your AP divs is actually CSS styling. Now, you don't need to know what that is, you just need to basically ignore it for the current moment in time. What you actually need to do is go beyond the CSS styling and go to this bit where it says body, and then again you will see some more AP divs. So in the bit where it says body, okay, between the body and the close, here you'll find an AP div, and it says type your HTML code here. Okay, now if we go back to the folder and actually open this web page just using a browser as normal, so just double click it, you will see the web page come up, and as you can see it says type your HTML code here, which would indicate there's a div there waiting for your code to go in. And obviously, as you can see, I've used a soft play banner to do that, but just change the wording. So I'm just going to drop that down again, and I'm going to go back to Notepad, and I'm going to have a look where it says type your HTML code here, and I'm actually going to take that out. And what I'm left with now is a empty div. You know, when we do insert layer object AP div and it just gives us an empty div, here we've got one. AP div 6 is now empty, okay, and I'm just going to give you the code to put in there. The HTML code that you will need to learn is open bracket, which is the if you like, the less than indicator or operator, as it would be called for maths and for computing. Then you just need to type the word embed, E-M-B-E-D, space, and then you need to give it the source, just as it does in AP div above, the AP div 2 above there. So the source, src, and then we need to put down assets, because that's where our assets is, okay, and then /, and then we're going to put in spacewalk, and you need to make sure you type the name of the file exactly as it is actually written out. So mine's an MP4, and I'm then going to put the speech marks on. After that, I'm going to leave a space. I'm going to put the width of the video that I want to put in. So that's width equals, and again using speech marks, Just going to give a width. On this one I'm going to use 660 pixels and speech marks, then a space, and then I'm going to put the height and in equals and speech marks, and I'm going to have 330 and speech marks. I'm also going to put in the alt text so that we make sure that we're satisfying the requirement for accessibility. So equals again and speech marks, and I'm going to put spacewalk video and end of speech marks. I'm then going to leave a space, and then I'm going to go / and the greater than sign, and that actually closes the HTML off. So that's our tag done. We don't actually need to do anything more than that, because that should now play. I will just take out the space that I've created there. So that's all I need to put in. That is what's known as an HTML tag, and it has just given the instruction therefore to the browser to go and look for in assets for the assets spacewalk MP4 video and play it in a little box, in this case a div, okay, which is 660 pixels wide by a height of 330. So now if we just do file and save like that, and we go back to the video, or back to our web page by the way, and refresh it, we've just changed the attribute. So actually if we now refresh it and allow, in my case, the block content because of the restrictions, but if we allow that block content to come in, oh, all of a sudden, there we go, I have my spacewalk video embedded in the page. All that remains now is for you to have a go using the same tag that I've just used, and obviously you'll find all the things that you need in the Embedding video website, which I'll make available to you as well. Okay, so that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.